How's it going, everyone? Welcome back. The faction rally is once again upon us. This time around it's pretty much centered on the armor ornaments and of course the catalyst link with each faction. Dead Orbit of course having the catalyst for the Graviton Lance, Future Walcott having the catalyst for the Sunshot, and finally New Monarchy having the catalyst for the Sweet Business. And I think it's pretty obvious to see the two most popular factions out of the three. You can't really put it down to one faction because both Graviton Lance and the Sunshot catalyst both sound really good, although I would imagine the Sunshot will be slightly more popular, unless you're heavily into Crucible and competitive PvE, that is, because they didn't really specify too much other than that perk being linked with it. So what faction do you guys think I went with? Yeah, so obviously I went with the Sweet Business New Monarchy this time around. Well, I always go New Monarchy, but obviously this faction rally you can only pick one faction, so I went with New Monarchy, usually what I go for anyway, and of course the Sweet Business has always been a fan favourite of mine. Can't say I've used it too much, but I thought going with that and getting the catalyst for that will be at least a good reason to use the weapon again. And from the looks of the catalyst perk you get, it doesn't look that great, or maybe that impactful, but I think my mindset was I'm going to give it a try. Either way I'm going to get the Sunshot and Graviton Lance eventually after the faction rally has passed anyway. And some of you guys probably saw from the discussion tab in my YouTube channel, I posted a screenshot of completing the catalyst for the Sweet Business, so that means I've reached rank 50 already, which honestly, it did take a long time. There's no, like, as far as I know, there's no really insane cheese methods that get like 200, 300 tokens an hour. That's as far as I know though, so there might very well be a super overpowered method of getting all sorts of tokens, but for me personally, I did the dailies, I did the weeklies. The weekly one is loot a lost sector with 5 renown, which I found pretty easy. I think the best way to do that is definitely have a crimson. Most people have probably said already. So from the lost sector weekly challenge, I got 25 tokens on my Titan. Then when I switched to my Warlock and Hunter, 41 tokens on my Warlock and 40 tokens on my Hunter for doing those challenges, which is a bit weird. It should be 25, but I'm not entirely sure why I got 40. But I guess the best tips I could give you guys with collecting as many tokens as possible was, I know it's quite obvious, but wear a full set of faction gear. That's what I did for my Titan. My other characters I don't have a full set, so that's why I mainly went on my Titan. Well, like 99% of the time I was on my Titan. I did all the token collecting on Earth. I'd jump in and do a public event, and that'll give me 4 renown right away, or 3 or 4. I think 3 is for a regular public event and 4 is for a heroic one. That's with the armor set. If you have the armor set on, you get 1 extra for each activity you do. For example, if you don't have the armor set and you do a patrol, you'll only get 1 renown, but if you have the armor set on and do a patrol, you'll get 2. So what I'll do with the armor set is I'll do a heroic public event and that'll give me 4 or 3, and then I'll just do 1 patrol and that'll be 5 right away, and in that same area that I just did the public event, I'll just quickly go to the lost sector and complete that, and that'll give you 10 after you've done your weekly challenge. So it was really a mix of doing that over and over again with each one, and public events on Earth anyway are quite consistent. Not in any way saying that it's a lot of fun, because it's really just the same as the first month or two of Destiny 2, just going purely non-stop public events, which I'm pretty much used to at this point. I don't think doing them with Renowned is that difficult, although I did die a few times and it was kind of frustrating because you lose your agility, I believe. You lose like part of your agility, and also that stupid perk where like health regen is insanely slow and you have to rely on those little wells of health that enemies occasionally drop. That was kind of annoying, but once again, like I said, using the Crimson pretty much negates that and makes it pretty easy. Not going to say I'm a professional getting all this faction stuff done, I'm just saying this is my experience, how I got to rank 50 within, I think it was a day and a half. Bear in mind, I did play a lot. I think I played like 8 or 9 hours straight. But I guess in short, the best way of getting as many tokens as possible is doing all your dailies on each character. Making sure you do the weeklies, of course. I think that's the obvious thing. And when you're done with all that, just keep doing public events with hopefully a full faction set of gear. Then after the public event, do a patrol, and then whatever area you're in, do the lost sector and rinse and repeat. I know it can get quite repetitive, but that's really the best way of doing it if you want tokens fast. Moving on to when I actually receive the catalyst and hit rank 50. The challenge for the Sweet Business to unlock the catalyst is to get 250 multi-kills, and a multi-kill being 4 or more kills. It specifically states 4 or more, not just 2 or more, because I know multi-kill sometimes is just 2 to a lot of people, but this one it specifically says 4 or more enemies, which at first does sound like quite a lot, but really it's not that bad. I found a little method for myself, but I'm not going to say it's like the best method by any means. There might be such an easier way to do this, but I usually just go by myself and just find things on my own, and even if it's not the most efficient way possible, it was absolutely fine for me. So what I did first is use the Actium War Rig with the Sweet Business, because I think that's the most obvious thing you can do with a Sweet Business. I went to Mars and did the Lost Sector on Futurescape. It's a pretty straightforward lost sector, as most are, but this one has quite a lot of enemies in a small confined space, and there's not really too many annoying enemies. I guess the most annoying enemies would be the exploding thrall, but they're quite easy to avoid. So what I was doing at first is I was killing 4 and then pausing for a second and then killing 4 more, but that turned out to be quite an annoying and also a wrong thing to do. I should have just killed everything, which is definitely what you should do. So if you do this method, then just kill everything in the room, like within one spin of your sweet business. Just keep firing that thing. These multi-kills go over really fast. I think every time I was doing a lost sector, I would like collect the loot, run back to the beginning, and then rinse and repeat. I think I was getting 25 to 35 multi-kills per run, so it's pretty fast. At first I estimated it to take like an hour and a half maybe, and I'm usually quite fine with waiting that sort of time to grind out the catalyst to get it done fast. It took maybe half an hour, 40 minutes. If that, in fact. I mean, it was really fast. And as you can see on this last run, this is where I get the catalyst and complete it. So as most of you guys already know, the catalyst perk, when the sweet business is fully spun, when you get shot, the flinch you take is almost zero. Pretty much zero. If you're unloading on a boss, for example, then it's really good. A strike boss, maybe a public event boss, you know, it's all sorts of fun. I'm not entirely sure what the DPS is in like raids and stuff. I honestly, I'm the completely wrong person to ask about that. My first thought is it'll be fun to go in Crucible with this thing, but obviously I don't think that's very practical at all, but I'm still going to go and do it. I did try this thing out in a few public events and also a few strikes, and it really, the flinch difference is very noticeable. You do not move, you just keep firing, and it's amazing. Once again, if you do get this, pair it up with the Actium War Rig. I'd call it pretty much necessary. And also, if there's any of you guys watching that are much more experienced than me with this weapon, because I'm not saying I'm like a master at it, then let me know any better tips as well to use this weapon and, you know, use it more efficiently, I guess. Because I don't want to come off like I'm a master at what I'm talking about, because I just picked this because I thought it would be a laugh, and picking like definitely the most unpopular weapon or faction to pick this week. Like, if there was a pie chart, I bet you the sweet business in New Monarchy would be 15% maybe. So I just wanted to make this video in a more formal and kind of telling you guys how I reached rank 50 at a pretty fast pace. Hopefully it helps some of you guys, and I want to ask you guys a question of, now that I've got the catalyst of the sweet business, do you guys want to see me running Crucible with it and hopefully have a laugh there? Do you guys want to see me do some strikes with it, see some highlights on how it spins and, like, I guess the catalyst in action? Let me know what sort of videos you want to see from it, and I'll absolutely be down by doing some of your ideas in the week. So if you see an idea you like down below, then give it a thumbs up, and if you don't see what you want and have an idea of your own, then let me know in a comment. Otherwise, guys, thank you so much for watching. Please do leave a like if you did enjoy. I know it's kind of weird seeing me do these sort of like more serious kind of videos. They're not the most professional thing ever, but still, I hope this helps some of you. Thank you all very much for watching. Please do subscribe as well if you're new around here. I hope you all have a wonderful day ahead of yourselves, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.